breaking news, breaking news. This is an urgent AI alert. I'm sounding the alarm, and it's unfortunate because this blew my mind. You want to watch until the end of this video, even if you don't understand how AI functions, because you do not want to get caught slipping in the age of AI, because ChatGPT just went rogue. This incident is actually a warning. This is not science fiction. We are not watching the Sci-Fi Channel, although I used to watch it growing up. No, this is real life. See, OpenAI has disclosed that an advanced AI agent escaped a controlled evaluation environment, reached the internet, and compromised infrastructure belonging to Hugging Face, which is another AI platform. And this platform is actually responsible for hosting and sharing AI models. The event occurred during a cybersecurity test measuring whether frontier models could identify and exploit software vulnerabilities. So, instead of remaining inside of the testing boundary environment where it was supposed to be, ChatGPT agent reportedly chained vulnerabilities, assessed external systems, and pursued its objective in the real world. Like, this is crazy that I'm reporting this to you. Hit the like button, share this video with everybody that you know, because listen, 2027 is coming up here pretty quick. And I don't know if you remember, on the Diary of a CEO, ex-CIA agent Andrew Bustamante sounded the alarm as well and said Americans need to leave America by 2027. We are at the ending point of 2026, coming on the second half of the year, and everything is lining up showing you that America is not going to be the place to be, that America's key infrastructure is being obliterated by their own technology systems. This was not just a chat bot doing a strange answer or hallucinating in the way that ChatGPT does. No, this was actually an autonomous system, an agentic AI close to AGI that used a internet access. So it did not have internet access previously, but was able to obtain internet access, use multi-step reasoning to act outside of the environment that its operators created for it. Now, I want to make one thing clear. I'm the founder of a retention marketing agency that also works with tech contracts from companies that have venture capital funding of $10 million plus and have grown it over time to $324 million in AI, in tech, and software as a service. So I know how AIs work. The AI that we are discussing today is behind the scenes. The public does not yet have access to it. Understand. The US government, Anthropic, OpenAI, they use these tools behind the scenes, and before they give the public access, they test these things to see what they're doing, see what's happening. So this is not the AI that you see out today. This is not the ChatGPT you see out today. This is a much more elevated version that has more capabilities that you and I are not even aware of just yet. OpenAI says that these tests actually included ChatGPT 5.6 Soul and the unreleased model, as I was discussing, and they were being tested against Exploit Gym, a benchmark based on real-world security vulnerabilities. Now, Hugging Face AI detected the anomaly and unauthorized activity in its production infrastructure on July 16th, 2026. Investigators later traced the intrusion back to OpenAI's evaluation system. I'm not sure if Hugging Face can sue OpenAI or not, how this is going to pan out, but I do want to follow this story as a tech entrepreneur. I think this is very interesting. I think even as believers, we have to be aware of the different devices that are out there, not to just use them all the time and ask ChatGPT, what should I have for dinner? These are silly questions. You should be able to come up with your own dinners, right? But I think on just a basic human level, some of us who are believers need to know how to dismantle these things, how to control them, how to also use these softwares, because at the end of the day, the kingdom comes by force, and those who take it by force. We do not have time to be uneducated, unknowledgeable about what's happening when we are coming up on 2030 so quickly. Now, this is why the phrase going rogue actually is not dramatic, but is literally what is happening. Although the system did not rebel against humanity, we're probably just 5, 10, maybe 15 years away from that happening. This incident also poses a strange problem. AI agents are no longer limited to just answering questions. They can browse websites, write and run code, operate software, purchase things on your behalf, retrieve files, and communicate with other systems. For a human to approve every step would just take too long, right? So people are now using these AIs in ways that you and I weren't even thinking were possible. This is why people in our community in the diaspora have to be more knowledgeable about these things. You need to see what's going to happen next with these AI systems. You need to understand it on a level because everybody else, the Chinese, the Europeans, in America, every other nation is understanding how to use these systems. You need to be included. The African diaspora has to understand what is happening today. Pause. See, I know that you have been looking up how to generate income online, how to make money online. You need an extra 5K, 9K per month, whatever it is. And you know AI can do a lot of things. Now, I'm a 10-year entrepreneur. I own a retention marketing firm, and I have worked with some of the biggest clients that exist, not only within Black-owned businesses, but now also Fortune 500 companies. But I would love to teach you to do the same thing. I mean, come here. As long as you keep this quiet, I will give you my secrets. 15 different innovative AI business models that you can use. Thinking about working with dentists, plumbers, electricians, body care, supplements, tech companies, social media companies as well. Visit the link in the description for the State of the Diaspora Business Intel. If you are the diaspora and you want to be mobile with your money, this is the edition for you. Your ticket is $100. See you there. Get this, when these agents are connected to proprietary information, company networks, credentials, cloud services, payment tools, and customer databases or critical infrastructure, a containment failure can move from a laboratory concern to an operational and cybersecurity crisis. 2025 large-scale red teaming study tested 22 frontier agents across 44 realistic scenarios. And if you're like, I don't understand the language, let me break this down for you. A red team in AI, I want you to think of it like the 911 of AI. A red team checks to see if the AIs are being compliant, if the AI is functioning properly, and any policy risk factors that the operational AI has in its workspace, meaning ChatGPT, Gemini, Anthropic, Claude, DeepSeek, Grok, all of the things that are out there. You have red teams of humans behind the scenes checking to make sure that they are not going out of their boundary zones. But during this test, they tested them against 44 realistic scenarios. Participants submitted 1.8 million prompt injection attacks and more than 60,000 successfully triggered policy violations involving unauthorized data, financial activity, or regulatory non-compliance. Nearly all tested agents could be pushed into violating deployment policies, unfortunately. You know, it's just getting to be so dangerous in the technological age, and I just fear that the African diaspora, who does not understand how to perform a red team analysis, does not know how to keep their own critical infrastructure intact, like your birth certificates, your marriage certificates, your travel plans, your documentation, your business analytics. If you do not understand the cybersecurity part of technology and entrepreneurship and freelancing, then my friend, you're just stuck in 2020. And the way these ages are going right now, you know times are moving faster than ever before. These AIs are learning faster than ever before, but there's a difference because the AIs that we have available to us and the AI that the government uses are totally different things. So much so, in fact, that OpenAI and Anthropic assisted the US military in doing the recent strikes against Iran. So it wasn't even humans that were attacking these sites in Iran. It was the AIs that are running the war. All of this is exactly why I have opened for the first time in 10 years the Magnetic Email Scholarship. This is the first time doing it for my VIP days. Typically, clients pay $2,700 for this VIP day that creates their AI integration in their marketing system, even as a beginning small business. As a beginning freelancer or as a law firm, a CPA firm, a service provider that's been in business but feels behind in the age of AI. No, the scholarship is 63% so that you can get access to this same proprietary information that I've created for my firm and for tech companies for your firm as well. Check out the link down below to apply. There are 3 questions for you to apply for your firm. Answer them to the best of your capabilities so that I can assess if this scholarship would be ideal for you. Those who get through this scholarship are going to have the integrations including Notion AI and GPT and Gemini to be able to have their own creative brief so their small business operates like a corporation that they can take with them abroad anywhere in the world and not just like a side hustle. Unfortunately, we are seeing that these systems need very strong safeguards, and governments all over the world are paying attention, especially the Chinese government, looking for critical infrastructure in the US. These AIs have opened a Pandora's box that nobody can close, which is why people are sounding the alarm. There are people who are in technology who go on the podcast, Diary of a CEO, chime in below if you have seen these episodes consistently with people from India, people from America, people from China saying that they are sounding the alarm on the human crisis. Elon Musk saying we will come to a point where there will be universal basic income because humans will not need to think. You need to think. You need to keep your divinity as a human. The Most High has placed a level of divinity in you. Just a piece of his divinity is inside of you, and they are trying to take that. They're trying to make you so dependent on daddy government and daddy AI that you don't even want to think. You won't want to travel. You won't want to go outside of the box. You won't want to do things that are too risky because AI can handle it all. I'm of the strong belief that I am one of those last end days people that are on the front lines to fight this so that humans can continue to think for themselves, even though, yeah, maybe universal basic income will pay you $10,000 a month. But what is it to gain the world and lose your soul? What is it to have a universal basic income that's a super hyper controlling scenario where you as a human can't even think? You can't worship properly. You can't run your own business. You have AI doing everything for you. I think that produces such a disability in humans. Studies have already come out from a neuroscience perspective saying that if you are not writing, that if you're not thinking and answering critical questions, if you're not able to critically think anymore, doing art, walking in nature, exercising, just thinking like a regular human, then you will lose your ability to think and you will see dementia hit people at earlier ages ever before because they are super hyper dependent on these AI systems, unfortunately. It's crazy to say this, but the future did not arrive with a physical robot army. No. It arrived with a benchmark, an evaluation, a test, and then stolen credentials from one access point to another. Don't let your credentials get stolen. Don't let your destiny, your business, your operations, your dreams, your goals be sidelined by AI. Master these systems before they master you. I'll see you in the next video. Shalom, shalom. Stay awoke, stay aware. Read Ephesians 6. Have the whole armor of Yah on to defeat the enemy because this technology isn't slowing down. So you're going to have to armor up.